Welcome to the Free Play Arcade Podcast live at Last Christmas 2, Free Play Arlington. We were filming this live, and if you're just watching now, it's on the YouTube. You can check out a highlight video of this Last Christmas party on YouTube that we'll be discussing now, and kind of going over Last Christmas 1, and really anything else we feel like talking about. You can subscribe up there, somewhere, everywhere. Wherever you're listening to this now, that would be YouTube, iTunes, basically anywhere you can listen to a podcast. We are on it. You can subscribe. And want to start us on a down note. Longtime sponsor, Just Water. Supposedly, we were going to have a surprise guest. Jaden Smith was going to be here at the Last Christmas 2 party. Christmas harder, of course. But
is he not anymore?
Well, okay. So he actually was trying to hit the Last Christmas 2 party in Sydney, Australia as well, which he did. But he was not able to make it out of the airport before Armageddon hit Sydney, which they're about a day ahead. So unfortunately, Jaden Smith will not be here. But we would like to offer that any of his surviving family members, Will, Jada, who's here back and forth, anybody.
Willow,
thank you.
I'm not.
I'm looking to you for confirmation here, Matt.
Yes.
Yes, okay. They're all welcome to attend.
All of them.
Jaden Smith's Just Water.
All of them.
The rest of Last Christmas 2 for free.
I think Matt might have been out of the loop on the Jaden Smith Just Water thing.
I'm nodding.
Oh, yes. Well, good job. I am being joined, as frequently, by Richard, COO. Cool tam guy who's not wearing a tam today.
What?
Yeah. And also the occasionally mentioned fabulously bearded tech of Free Play Arlington, Matt Johnson.
Welcome. Subbing in.
Yes.
For the time.
Yes, and we are not being
Until
joined.
something breaks and, he has to just ditch out, headphones still attached, knocks over the entire podcast setup. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we are not being joined by Corey. We might be joined by Corey later.
Yeah, he'll pop in later.
Yeah. You'll look in the background and you'll know before we do if he's going to be on the podcast. I want to see him come in the door. I want to watch the video and see him come in the door, right? And then just panic, jump on the stage, see which one of us he knocks over to take
ninja rolls.
He'll toss me the pinball coil I'm waiting for, and we'll swap props.
Gotcha.
Live swap, love it.
Well, what do we talk about first? Last Christmas 2, or do I start badgering Matt about what being a tech means at Free Play Arcade?
Let's start with a refresher. So last year, we did our first ever Last Christmas event. We thought it was the end of the world. Turns out, big surprise, it was not the end of the world. This year...
Don't tell Jaden.
This year, definitely the end of the world. I feel it coming. I mean, so we're having another massive end of the world Last Christmas party. And we're going to see how that goes. But last year was really cool. So we wanted that event to be the biggest blowout event that we ever did. I mean, and we were crazy. Our goal was, let's throw a party. So we got 50,000 pounds of snow, filled up the parking lot, had a 14-foot Christmas tree outside. We had an ice skating rink that was, maybe not the coolest ice skating rink in the world, but we had it still. We did Spinagog dreidel competitions.
My favorite.
We had just all sorts of different events planned. I mean, we were doing retro games. Which games were we featuring last year?
Boy, last year, I don't remember. Were you here?
We had one of the Winter Olympic Games.
That's true, yeah.
For, was the Sega Saturn?
Was that a year ago already?
Oh, yeah.
My goodness. Everything feels like the same day to me.
Yeah.
I remember
I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, we had a Freedom, the George Michael tribute band. By the way, we are live at Free Play Arlington, so when you hear massive screaming in the background, a little bit of 80s music that gets this band off of YouTube forever, or just Orlando yelling random stuff, that's because we're live. But yeah,
I'm going to respond to some text messages real quick. Don't mind me.
I had a ton of fun.
We are live.
Last year with, I remember Rob brought his dog to play in the snow. It was one of my favorite events here, even though I stayed huddled in the Spinagog / prize wheel area.
That was fun. I liked watching all the kids start tearing apart the decorative Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally just empty boxes wrapped to look like.
Yeah. Have you
to
had
look
that
festive.
today? They're over here.
No. That was outside last year.
So
And
under
that was great.
the Christmas tree in the parking lot.
Yeah.
No, it actually all started off. Corey's nephew, I think, was the one who began the destruction. Everything was going really well. It was a really pretty scene until he realized that they didn't actually have presents in them, and he got very angry and started like ripping them all open and kicking them around. Next thing you know, there's just a horde of like 20 children all just ripping these presents apart.
I remember seeing Corey and Kelsey just watching and just laughing, and I was like, "Well, there you go."
Hey, they had a good time, and that's what it was about.
Yeah,
having a good time. So, destruction of Christmas.
Yeah, and if you want to see
the world was
clips
going to end anyway
of that, I'm not sure if there was actual like child destruction of Christmas presents during that party that was captured, but we do have recaps from last year's party on our YouTube channel.
That's fair.
And this year, we have some similar things. We got retro games happening. We have ourselves a 3-button Clay Fighter Sega Genesis tournament.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the prize is for that. Not
no
in the
idea
house.
either. Now, for the Clay Fighters, though, you can only use the Snowman character. Isn't that correct?
Bad Mr. Frosty.
Yeah,
Bad
Mr. Frosty.
Oh no! All my practice for nothing.
Were you going with Taffy or Helga?
Helga. And only because Nana Man wasn't available.
Oh.
But apparently all I could do was Bad Mr. Frosty, which is understandable.
Right.
Yeah. How much experience do you have in that game, Matt?
Oh, man. When I was a kid, my parents rented it for me for a weekend and didn't have any friends come over to play it. So I pretty much just tried to do what I could with my limited Street Fighter II knowledge. And it slightly paid off. It killed a weekend. It was really fun.
Yeah.
I always loved the graphics of that game.
Is there a boss?
There was a sort of final boss, which I think, oh man, I don't remember. I remember there being a really big challenge at the end of it, but I don't remember what the boss was.
Well, usually the challenge for me is like I can't figure out what these buttons are. What about you? Did you play this game?
No, I actually haven't played the game, so I
It's
look
got, like,
forward
a claymation look to it. Like a what's the famous guy who did Harry?
I don't remember who did it, but I do know the other game, Claymates, was the one that came before that. So there's actually Claymates characters that make cameos in Clay Fighter.
Nice.
Like the little cat that runs by saying round 2, like on a balloon. And stuff. Yeah, it's really fun.
I'm feeling really positive about my button mashing skills for this game. So
you gonna guarantee victory?
I don't know. I think that I might just have this.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Matt has a lot of experience playing this game. I can push buttons, so
I can D-pad a Hadouken fairly well. So
nice.
We'll see how far that goes.
Wait, that happens on Bad Mr. Frosty? Has one of those?
Yeah.
Excellent.
He's got he throws his own fist,
nice.
and then it goes back. He also has I think it's a half circle motion to do like a freeze breath, but I'm not sure what that does.
Well,
that's about all I figured out whenever we were testing it out.
Yeah, as we speak, Arthur is just working on his infinite combo so that he can most assuredly win.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching it. It should be pretty interesting, and we'll see how long it takes for everyone to get tired of Bad Mr. Frosty.
Basically before round 2.
Well, it's fair.
Yeah. No Nate this year. He won our legendary 3-button tournament on Street Fighter during the 24-hour event.
Wow.
He's going to be here next week, not this week.
Nice.
So he can't defend his championship. He can't win a second year's worth of Mr. Brown, sadly. Not that that's the prize. That was the greatest prize of all time.
I honestly don't even know what these prizes are yet. We'll have to wait for Corey to show up. And
then I will go over what I'm doing, which is Spinagogue. Year 2. I've got Jeremy Golden coming in to help me TO there because it's complex timing the dreidel. It's a competitive dreidel spinning board game, actually presented by Major League Dreidel. There is a Major League Dreidel arena. You've played it, right?
Yeah, and the Major League Dreidel Association.
Correct. They have listed world records.
And, I have to say, Kelsey Hayden, my sister, says that she is feeling really confident this year. She thinks that she might be able to break a world record.
I think the world record is like 14 seconds.
14 seconds, I know. It doesn't sound very long.
No. It's a long time for a dreidel.
But it's a long time to spin a dreidel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the winning score last year was 11 seconds.
Are there any banned techniques? Like, are you allowed to spin it with a clap, or you have to use one hand?
you could-
You know, I don't know of any techniques that
Okay.
are necessarily banned, but I think Kelsey's had an unfair advantage. She took the Spinagogue home and has been playing it
no.
with her children. And so she's had an entire year's worth of practice. So
Wow.
I really hope she sets some pretty good scores today.
I could just see her there with a stopwatch, just going.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
6 straight months of training,
Oh,
all the kids, no
Yeah.
homework, just spinning dreidels.
I mean, claiming world records, that's nothing to laugh at.
Yes, haven't done that earlier today. Let's see, what else we got? Christmas Nights, the Sega Saturn game. You guys play that one?
Ridiculously fun to fly around and try and...
That's like one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, and I have never
it's
played
really
A little
nice.
bit difficult with
it's
the
fun.
the controls occasionally. You get lost with the background swirling around, but
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what Corey was explaining to me in the lab, the secret lab yesterday. Was the game appears to be 3D, and the background is indeed 3D, but the gameplay itself is happening on a 2D plane.
It's very Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except
that
flying.
style of art.
Yeah. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know. I get so disoriented while trying to. I go to move my character, and I think that I'm in a 3D game sometimes, and it just doesn't work the way I want to. I end up going down, and
Right, due to modern gaming, you want to control the camera, which is panning around, and it kind of tricks your head. You don't realize you're in a 2D game, especially with modern games where you just pan the camera and continue along.
I think we
But
just
this
have
is
to
this
play
is
it a
the-
little more.
It's
This is
so
the
awesome, though.
special Christmas version, though.
Yes, it's
Okay.
Christmas Nights.
Because I remember
It's
Nights of the
entire, like,
Dreams
yeah.
being a different one. Okay.
yeah, over there on the. We got those on PVMs. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the best possible console setup over there.
It's crazy.
Dude, I love those monitors. They are so crisp and beautiful.
Yeah, they're the standard for sure. Let's see. Oh, we've already had the Naughty or Nice present wheel going for every $5 purchase. Getting things like, let's see, it's not a lump of coal this year. I still have my lump of coal from 2 years ago.
No, so I think that you can get what was it? A crumb too small for a mouse, just like this. You can win a lump of nothing.
Yes.
You can win, I don't know.
There's Christmas DVDs. I've seen someone win National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Nice.
There's
I'm holding out for that yoga video,
well, that's
See how
a
that
DVD
goes.
that
I need to
literally no one
stretch
wants.
some more.
Yeah, there's a prize for a DVD that literally no one wants, and various other. McDonald's toys came back. I remember the chicken McNuggets from last year were hugely popular.
We've got McDonald's toys. We've got there's a backpack.
like classic McDonald's toys too.
Oh,
There's
wow.
like a retro backpack,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I don't know, just all sorts of stuff. Look forward
Whatever
to,
the kids didn't take from tearing open the presents that don't actually have presents in them, we're giving away on the prize wheel.
Nice.
Well,
That's fun. And for the prize wheel, it's for every $5 you spend at our bar today, you get a spin of the wheel. So hopefully we'll have a lot of spins and give away a lot of prizes today.
I have my receipt. I tabbed out today. Can I spend it 8 times?
You can spin it 8 times.
Nice.
I'm gonna get so many lumps of coal.
Yeah.
Also, who on here is qualified to talk about Pogs? Because it is not me.
Oh, man.
I have played Pogs, although I found out. Okay, so my entire
so-
childhood.
So
I've been playing Pogs
before you
wrong.
get going, Pogs. That's happening today. Pog Battle Station over there from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pogs going wild. We're giving them away to, I believe, the first 150, something like that.
Yeah, so the first 150 people who come through the door today, they get a present from us. It has a DVD for movie night. We're calling it Bad Movie Night since we have no idea whether these are good or bad movies. You also get 15 Pogs and a free play koozie. Now, those 15 Pogs, we've got our free play Pog rules, which is a 3 Pog at a time battle. So you and up to 4 other people each wager 3 Pogs. You stack them upside down, and you use the various slammers that we have out on our table to basically try and flip over as many of those Pogs for keeps, because we do play for keeps here at Free Play. So we've got a bunch of extra Pogs over on the table right now, and we look forward to, we've had several people come by and start fighting over Pogs and, trying to win as many as they can on the battle station. So we'll see how that goes. Funny thing is that Josh Rylander actually has been an official judge for an official POG tournament before. I had no idea.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, he taught me that I've been playing Pogs wrong my entire life.
How dare you, sir?
I know. I had no idea. Well, and I had thousands of Pogs as a kid. I mean, every time...
Clearly, when me and Matt play Pogs, at least 3 times a week, we play by the Josh Rylander official rules of Pog.
Well, now I know too.
If that's how you refer to it.
Well,
I'm sure.
Can you summarize in 20 seconds what the official rules you got wrong were?
So
He can take as long as he wants.
Nice.
Please. 20 minutes on Pogs, go.
So
That's what I said,
I
20
don't know if I
hours,
can do
right?
20 minutes on Pogs. No, so as a kid, I never knew that you couldn't hold the slammer. The official rules
balance.
are that you have to balance
Yeah.
the slammer
Okay.
on 2 fingers
And then
flip it.
Yeah.
And when you flip it, your fingers can't be on the slammer when it hits the stack.
You were literally holding this thing and
Right.
smashing it against a pile of
That is how
pogs?
we played as kids.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I did not know how. I feel so embarrassed now.
I feel embarrassed for you.
My entire friend group, like every person that I ever played with, we were playing it wrong.
Wow.
Had no idea.
That's like playing baseball without a pitcher.
Huh.
Wow.
So
Okay.
while I do my patented Matt Johnson head bob, what's your history with Pogs? You clearly know it better than either of us.
I actually played it quite a bit. This is the first
Live
time.
construction happening in the background.
Yeah, this is the first time I think I've talked about Pogs in, almost 30 years. But I played quite a bit. I actually, for funsies, went to the National Pog Championships that was
Whoa.
over here at one of the convention centers in DFW. It was all kind of a blur, so I don't really remember. But as a
You remember being messed around by this one judge?
probably. Well, I mean,
Really surly.
I was a preteen, so I can't assume he would be much older than me. Although he could have been, so I don't know.
Same age. He is immortal.
Okay, well that makes sense.
He's immortal. The judge
but-
of every nerdy competition of all
But
time.
I remember one of the biggest things there, other than the actual competition, which I got 2 strikes and was out immediately, because I'm just bad at it.
to be fair, when
Richard,
Richard eliminated you, he was clearly cheating.
it was
I
all the
was.
hype in the world was going on in that place.
Dude, I just like smashed that. I had the cheater Pogs
Right,
too.
man. I mean, just if you can just imagine like a typical MLG setup with all the crowds of preteens and everybody, and all just going crazy over Pogs and slammers and on their own little like barrel-sized playfields, and we were just all going at it. It was super fun. But the biggest thing there was they would take your picture and print that picture on a slammer.
Nice.
And I still have that atrocity
Oh,
to
my
remind
goodness.
myself of that flannel shirt I wore that day with my glasses, and I was in it.
That
I
is
was
really
deep in it.
classy.
I was so proud of that slammer, and I showed it to no one.
Oh,
But I might be able to bring that later today.
Oh, I
so.
you
cannot
make me
wait to
feel
see
like
it.
a scrub. I had like the Pog Maker,
Oh,
where
yeah?
you had like adhesive Pogs,
Yeah.
and you would put pictures or like newspapers. I did a lot of like the comics from the Sunday paper.
Uh-huh.
And you would put it in this little device and twist it around, and it would cut out your custom Pogs.
Nice.
So I had like a million of those with our faces on everything, and
Yeah.
seeing how everything would go. But
I remember a few old snow cone stands in the area that converted into Pog sellers. That's all they did was sell Pogs. It was so huge. I mean, it was like 10 times what fidget spinners were.
Nice.
Like last year. So, oh man, just absolutely amazing. But it's a
So-
game, and you can play it with people. That's what's so fun about it. It's a social interaction. You can practice by yourself, but it really comes down to playing with other people and winning. And so few people played for keeps because they liked what they had. But if somebody said, let's play for keeps, you knew you were in the danger zone.
whoa.
You know they were like serious. They were going to steal your lunch money and go home and be so proud of it. So,
Yeah, Josh just walks around the corner with his referee outfit on.
totally. Whistle,
Yep.
ready to go, flags,
So how
throwing
old-
cards.
How old were you during this
Oh,
pod competition,
I-
and how big was the Matt Johnson beard in the Matt Johnson pod?
It was 0 because I was. I
It doesn't
want to
really
say
count then.
Well, I was like 12 to 13. It was.
See, that's not what I imagine a 7-year-old
super
Matt
nerdy
Johnson.
kid. I can't handle it.
You had at least 20% of this beer when you were 7, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Nice.
Yeah. It was just patched on.
So hardcore pogging happening until 6 p.m.
Oh yeah. I mean, people throwing those things all over the place over there. So
It's happening.
Yeah, so you're seeing construction around us. Why? Well, we're on stage being yelled at by children everywhere. And later today on stage, we're going to have Calling Jack Burton play.
No.
Yeah.
Our
free play regulars at this point.
Emerald City Productions just showed up, and it looks like they're loading in some of the speakers and things. So we'll get all of that figured out.
But yeah, Calling Jack Burton hitting the stage again. I know you've seen him several times. Have you seen them outside of free play?
I have.
Where at?
First time that we ever saw them was at the
In Austin?
No, Texas Theater. They came down for an Alamo Drafthouse Texas Theater event.
What? That happened? Okay, stop. Alamo Drafthouse and Texas Theater together had an event.
Absolutely, at Texas Theater. It was the Back to the Future party that they Alamo Drafthouse sponsored at Texas Theater. And we had brought our...
It's like having the Burger King McDonald's World Championships.
Well, we had brought out our Play Choice tin with a Wild Gunman. We had custom made it into a Wild Gunman for the event, just so that people could play the game featured in Back to the Future.
Right. You had to use your hands.
Wow. Yeah. That's like a baby's toy.
Indeed it is. Yeah, so that's where you first saw Calling Jack Burton.
Well,
I first saw them at the year party, the first year anniversary party.
It was me and Corey. We were hanging out, and we were in the audience of the Texas Theater, just chilling after this really long day. I don't remember why it was so long, but we got there, everything was working out. We were just like, all right, let's relax. We each grab a beer, we go and we sit down in the seats, and this band is on stage, and they are putting on the most amazing set of 80 songs we have ever heard from a live band. And immediately we're just like, damn, like, they were good. We've got to get them at some point in time and do a party with them. And now we've used them, 4 or 5 times? I don't even remember. We love them so much.
Yeah, they're great. I remember from the last party, that was just like, I'm not listening to free play music. This sounds live, but it sounds like the same song. Like, just amazing covers.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan. I heard them first during the year anniversary party for free play. We've brought them back several times. This might be their 4th time, maybe even more than that, playing a free play event. They always put on a good show. They're always into it. I think they vaguely enjoyed the arcade motif initially, and now they're like legit fans and like want to come out.
Awesome.
And congratulations in the background. You may have missed it. Warren Costanza breaking the Galaga high score. Congrats, you heard that earlier. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah,
it must be that suit.
Indeed.
Amazing suit.
Yeah, so they're playing. Probably not going to shoot another video with them, although we'll surely catch them in the highlights. Midnight, the superstar, who could not join us for our podcast once again.
Well, he's got to get his beauty sleep. I mean, he's playing until 2 o'clock in the morning.
He may be ducking you. Just saying. He has a tendency to do that.
I had my Christmas Sagat over there. Christmas Sagat was playing games earlier today.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. The only red and green Street Fighter player I could play.
Wow.
But yeah. The Terminator, DJ Terminator Mike B, he'll be here at midnight while we're all delirious, while events are still happening, while I'm doing a redo late night Spinagog competition.
Yeah. That starts at 1 a.m.?
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Be here.
Pure delirium. Or go back in time and be here, please.
Well, yes, please. This is live, recorded broadcast.
Viewed from the end of the world, from after the end of the world.
Well, we don't know if anyone will ever actually watch this footage. Maybe, someone will be in like a space pod and this...
No, this is how it works. We're going to film this broadcast, right? Record it. We're going to send it back in time.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that before the end of the world, so that they can view it there. Yeah. So feel free to come join us in the future end of the world, whenever that day is.
Some nice wibbly wobbly timey-wimey things going on here. All right. So have any of y'all played
Home Alone?
Home Alone.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
What is FP? But FP Drive. That's.
I honestly have no idea what that means, but we're playing Home Alone.
Okay.
Has anyone actually played this game?
Absolutely not.
Version?
I believe that this is the NES version.
Oh, wow.
I've never played the NES. See, I grew up with the Game Gear version of this game, and I loved this growing up. we played it like every time that we were on a road trip as a family. Me and my sister, we'd fight over the Game Gear, playing it in the car because we had like the battery pack that could go with it and plug it into the car charger. but I absolutely loved this game. I hear we have a couple of resident experts in this game here who know all of the patterns of the wet bandits, and
I've actually heard that as well, and yet I find it unfathomable. And yet I've heard several people brag to that end, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, well, and they apparently know all of the different combinations to make the best weapons, and where everything's located and time-wise. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be really crazy, but I think that there might just be some sort of a score drive, or maybe it's just open play. I really don't know, but we'll figure it all out.
Until the bandits shut us down. What was the name of the bandit group of Joe Pesci and
The Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits.
Because that was their trademark.
The sticky bandits.
They would just turn on the faucets.
Yeah. Which may or may not have happened earlier in the Free Play Arlington bathrooms.
Correct.
Yeah.
We tend to get our own versions of the...
We fixed that.
Yes. Wet Bandits.
Little bit
Arlington
early.
natives. Yeah. So, last but not least, and not last on your scorecard, 8 p.m. Breakdancing Santa Battle.
What? All right, so
How many?
I think we're having 4 Santas.
Woo! Last year was only 2, right?
One.
It was one.
So
One.
last year, we had our breakdancing Santa come, and we said, "Hey, we want
real Santa.
The real Santa.
Yeah.
Real Santa. He's a professional breakdancer, just in his spare time. He showed up, and we said, "Hey, will you do a b-boy routine for us?" And he said, "Absolutely. I love Free Play Arcade, as everyone knows. Santa loves Free Play Arcade.
Of course.
So." He said, "Absolutely. How long would you like me to dance for?" And Corey said,
Like
"I don't know,
45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, 45 minutes."
That's spin on your head for 45 minutes straight.
Corey,
That could
clearly,
win a dreidel competition.
Nice.
Yeah, I do remember that.
If you balanced a dreidel on your head and you spun on your head for 45 minutes, would it count?
I was thinking that he would be the dreidel.
Yeah, it was. I remember seeing a profusely sweating Santa.
Yes.
That was a very long set.
Oh
Anyway,
my goodness.
Santa has found a way to clone himself, and there will be 4 versions of Santa here.
So you're saying 4 real Santas?
4 real Santas. They're all the real Santa.
Interesting. I did not know that. I thought it might be Santa and his 3 friends.
I think a Miami Vice Santa would be pretty
Nice.
fly. That'd be awesome.
Miami Vice Santa. Does that mean he has like the white?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
And then the red underneath.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Classy.
So, who are the betting favorites for this breakdancing Santa battle?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Santa.
Santa. It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
I don't know. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a gambling man.
That should be good to see. I see Corey wandering around here. We could heal him up on the.
Yeah, he's got a gremlin sweater on that's looking pretty fly.
Oh, is it an ugly sweater? Or
Well,
just
my
a...
Jumpman. You
I like
my
you, Jumpman.
They're telling me it's Mario, but
Jumpman's great.
I'm
Too old school for that.
Free play arcade veteran, so give me Jumpman. We actually have Mario. We actually have this game. We have versus Super Mario Brothers on the floor, but I'm feeling the Jumpman today.
Looking better than ever. Did some work on that a while ago. Yeah.
Nice. I'm sure.
Good stuff.
I'm sure Keith is trying to break more than 33 million on it now.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the world record by like times 10 or something like that.
He showed up here earlier today. He got here at like 11 o'clock. He's sticking with us till 2 a.m. So
Absolutely not. He is planning on it. He will not make it.
he apparently has not slept since yesterday at 7 p.m.
Wow.
He had to work last night, so he has been up all night, came straight here. We're going to see how that goes. I'm really excited. I told him he needs to take care of himself, whatever that means to him.
Yes. Lots of water in Mario.
Nope.
Absolutely. Right now, I am.
I think he started the
absolutely
day with a
willing.
Colt 45, so we'll
The
see how that
mom-
goes.
The moment he wants, I am his next door neighbor, and I will give him a ride home at any moment. He wants to come up here right now and say, "Chris, I've had enough.
Uh-huh.
I am driving him home, and someone else is taking over the microphone."
We can just
Sounds good.
put some blankets down in the back. And
By the way, it is interesting to have multiple world record holder right across the alleyway from me. His little game collection in his room is gigantic.
That's one of the things I love about this place so much is just the regulars and then those that I call the super regulars that are here like, more than once a week.
Yeah.
And just all of them just
Well, you're one of those. I mean, you're hired, but
I was, yeah. I loved it. I would just come up here and just play Gauntlet Legends for, 4 to 6 hours at a time, just leveling my wizard or my Valkyrie or my Minotaur or whatever it is I wanted to get going that time. And I mean,
did you get all characters at 99?
I did not. It is a work in progress though. Which one did I do first? Not the wizard. Jessica demanded that I leave the wizard to her.
Okay.
She wanted to be the only 99 wizard.
Uh-huh.
And so I got my wizard to like 78.
Okay.
Slowly. I think I was working on the Valkyrie next. Of course, I'm doing the alternate characters, so like the Falconess and things
Right.
like that. If you get a character to level 10, and then you hold turbo when you pick your character again, it gives you the animal form of them. And
Does that count on the scoreboard?
it still calls you like Valkyrie
Or warrior or whatever.
but you're a Falconess.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it's a different skin, but they're also a little bit more powerful.
Gotcha. Yeah,
it's
because they
super
start
fun.
with like level 10 stats, if I
Ish,
recall.
yeah.
We at one point interrupt your entire process and swap machines on you.
Yeah. That hit my wife a little harder than myself because I wasn't actively playing it at the time. It's been a few months since I've gotten on it, but it's her go-to. She loves coming up here, visiting me, hanging out, having a beer, and then Gauntlet, and you just bob your head to the '80s tunes while you're grinding out levels, and she loved that. And then she came up here one day and said, "What did you do with Gauntlets?"
How
And I
dare
had-
you, Matt Johnson?
I had to throw it up.
All Matt's fault.
I couldn't. I had nothing to do with this. So
How dare you, sir?
we'll see if it happens.
We're blaming you.
Gauntlet Legends fans, send your complaints to Matt Johnson.
I'm
yes.
still just waiting on my T-shirt. So they flash an advertisement on Gauntlet that
I
says
got
mail in
that
for a
T-shirt.
T-shirt,
I
and
got
I did that like a year ago, and I still haven't seen anything. So
You may be a little bit late on that by a week or two. I think
Oh.
they just ended it
Lame.
since they heard about the end of the world.
it's okay. I think that there's a Black Knight one on the original Black Knight that I can still get. Or no, Black Knight 2000. I'm gonna go for
Really?
that T-shirt
Nice,
next.
nice.
Tell you
So
what,
we'll see how that goes.
We will have Matt
Keep my fingers
upload
crossed.
the video in the past when the actual offer is still good. So,
Nice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
While we're messing with time, might as well.
when young Richard is watching this video of the future destruction of the world at Last Christmas 2, you will know to go play Gauntlet Legends immediately and then get your free T-shirt.
I remember that moment.
By the way, the aforementioned the aforementioned Keith Carlson actually got me a Road Blaster shirt.
I saw that.
Yeah.
He put up an April Fool's joke
Yeah.
of a screenshot of the screen with the address, and then he was like, "I got it in," and he's like opening it up, and he's like, "Yeah!"
Yeah.
And everyone freaked out, and people started actually writing in. And
Oh
then,
my
And the
goodness.
next day, he had to go, "Guys, it was a joke. It was April Fool's.
Wow.
Calm down." Yeah. So, but that was a good one. I like that
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually he got two of the shirts. He got me one as well because
Awesome.
during the monthly we both beat the game,
Right.
Rally 50 or whatever it is.
one. 50. Oh man, that is such a trek. That's
you
a
only get one
long
chance
time.
too.
Right,
That's
yeah.
the thing. It's like you can grind it out all the way to level 50, and if you can't beat like that one level in one try, and
Right.
it's the longest level in the game by 5,
Wow.
then you're done and you can start all the way over
Yeah.
again. But
Well,
it's free play, so
Other than Gauntlet Legends, the other T-shirt that I managed to mail in for again.
Mortal Kombat 2.
No, another Midway title though. War Final Assault.
oh yes.
When I finally got all the way to the end of that one and it gave you the T-shirt prompt, I was like, sure.
Yeah.
And I actually found that one in storage a few months ago. And waiting
Yeah,
for
it's-
that one to come to the
been
floors of
videos.
a free play.
I've seen one passing through on the floors of Arlington. Did you
Uh-huh.
turn on?
I did.
And did you beat it? One credit?
Not one credit because the rust is pretty thick.
Yeah.
But
Back in the day, I could get
yeah.
to the final, definitely the final level. I can't remember if I could get to the final boss, but I couldn't one credit the entire game.
I don't know how that's possible to one credit the final boss. Honestly, I mean, it is possible
So-
to get to it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
one credit, but that
I
boss
never
is
beat it.
that boss is a mess. It's
Yeah.
such a mess. But that is
Still
a
a fun
fun.
game.
Where once we get all 4 cabinets up and going, I want to see them back to back to back, and we can start having some super end of the world tournaments.
Nice.
Battling each other and fragging it out. It's gonna be so fun.
Tech and Matt, what is your go-to weapon in War Final Assault?
Oh
Air
man!
Blaster?
So
what that is?
the biggest trick in War Final Assault, the air blaster is great,
Mm-hmm.
but So the Barrel of Monkeys is also that one of those random ones that just spawns on a map randomly. You don't know if it's going to pop up, and it shoots out a little monkey that has dynamite strapped on his back.
Right.
And he just goes wobbling up to you and just explodes, and you have to shoot it to kill it.
You got your machine gun on. You hear that?
It's a super tricky thing. I'd say as far as playing it, the grenade launcher is awesome because you can aim, shoot, and if you miss the direct hit, get some splash damage, but then drop your gun and hit with your normal. And and that'll chip them out basically.
Yeah.
That's a really fun technique I like. A lot of people when they first start, they go straight for that the homing missiles, the homing launcher, because it's beep beep beep, and you shoot 3 rockets. But once you get good at the game, you can dodge those real easy. So that's kind of a fun learning curve there. I love that one.
Yeah, and the arcade patrons would never quite get the technique down of dodging the 3 missiles, but I remember abusing it quite often.
Oh yeah.
Like you could basically win every arcade game.
Yeah.
Because it would be 4 players and somebody would be running into homing rockets.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
Okay, we are going to wrap up part 1 of our Last Christmas 2 live special Kids Yelling in the Background podcast.
Yeah.
That's just like 50 Orlandos. That's
nice.
All that is.
Well, I think with all of this activity and stage setup around us, I think we're going to have to move to another location. So stay tuned for part 2 somewhere else, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. We'll see you guys later. R.I.P. Jaden Smith.
Yeah.